The one victory we can ever call complete will be that one which proclaims that there is not one slave or one drunkard on the face of God's green earth. I leave you, hoping that the lamp of liberty will burn in your bosoms until there shall no longer be a doubt that all men are created free and equal. If we have no friends, we have no pleasure, and if we have them, we are sure to lose them, and be doubly pained by the loss. I distrust the wisdom if not the sincerity of friends who would hold my hands while my enemies stab me. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. My dream is of a place and a time where America will once again be seen as the last best hope of earth. Some single mind must be master, else there will be no agreement in anything. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any other. I never had a policy, I have just tried to do my very best each and every day. No man is good enough to govern another man without the other's consent. My great concern is not whether you have failed, but whether you are content with your failure. You can fool all the people some of the time, and some of the people all the time, but you cannot fool all the people all the time. I would rather be a little nobody, than to be a evil somebody. The best way to predict your future is to create it. No man is poor who has a godly mother. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. If friendship is your weakest point, then you are the strongest person in the world. The struggle of today is not altogether for today, it is for a vast future also. Nothing in this world is impossible to a willing heart. You can lose everything in life, but not dreams. Kindness is the only service that will stand the storm of life and not wash out. If you want to test a man's character, give him power. I would just as soon die now, but I haven't done anything yet to be remembered by. Do good to those who hate you and turn their ill will to friendship. I would rather be a little nobody, than to be a evil somebody. Life is hard but so very beautiful. You cannot have the right to do what is wrong. Anybody will do for you, but not for me. I must have somebody. The saddest part of love life is when you cannot live with and without the one you love. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. Resolve to be honest at all events, and if in your own judgment you cannot be an honest lawyer, resolve to be honest without being a lawyer. The most altruistic man is the most selfish. I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as a people may be engaged in. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. I believe that people should fight for what they believe and only what they believe. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. We have a free government, where every man has a right to be equal with every other man. When you reach the end of your rope, tie a knot and hang on. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. My concern is not whether God is on our side, my greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. The greatest fine art of the future will be the making of a comfortable living from a small piece of land. That some achieve great success, is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. Women are the only people I am afraid of who I never thought would hurt me. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. Upon the subject of education, not presuming to dictate any plan or system respecting it, I can only say that I view it as the most important subject which we as a people can be engaged in. Better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Leave nothing for tomorrow which can be done today. Human action can be modified to some extent, but human nature cannot be changed. Love is the chain to lock a child to its parent. Common-looking people are the best in the world, that is the reason the Lord makes so many of them. He has a right to criticize, who has a heart to help. I am rather inclined to silence, and whether that be wise or not, it is at least more unusual nowadays to find a man who can hold his tongue than to find one who cannot. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Always bear in mind that your own resolution to success is more important than any other thing. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. I happen temporarily to occupy this big White House. I am living witness that any one of your children may look to come here as my father's child has. I am not bound to win, but I am bound to be true. I am not bound to succeed, but I am bound to live by the light that I have. I must stand with anybody that stands right, and stand with him while he is right, and part with him when he goes wrong. In giving freedom to the slave, we assure freedom to the free, honorable alike in what we give, and what we preserve. We shall nobly save, or meanly lose, the last best hope of earth.